Hello, my name is Tyler Bates, and I am the player registrar for the Southern Idaho Soccer League. This tutorial video, this will go through some of the details and basic features that you need to understand, and to make sure that you're registering properly within the league itself. Now, I have already gotten a couple of questions in the past regarding registration button here and the SISL button here. Quite honestly, it does not matter which button you click. This is not a mobile-friendly site. I'm sorry to say. I know we live in the day and age where we're all on our smartphones. We're in this mobile world, but I can tell you that through talking with other leagues and with other programs, they're all experiencing the same thing. The absolute best way and the only way that this is going to work properly and the way that you need to do it is to be logged in via either a personal computer or on a laptop. So find access wherever that has to be, so that way you know that you're doing this properly. So let's go through again. We register as a SISL player. This takes you to this page. If you're a returning player, then you can log in two ways. You can log in either with an email or you can log in with a username. Don't have an account, you're going to need to create an account, especially if you're a new player. So if you can't remember a password or username, let me know. I can research your name from the previous season or somewhere in the past. I will give you what your username is. I'll reset the password briefly. You can log in and then you can change your password as needed whenever or whatever you want it to be. That being said, I'm going to show you the way to do it via a username. You log in with your username. And if you got your username, we click here on the top, and then you type in your password, or if you already have it preloaded in, if you have your page here saved on your PC, wherever that is at. You're going to hit login. And now it's going to take you to this screen. You want to make sure that this says Spring 2023. Then you're going to select your team. This is your primary team. This is the team that you play for primarily. If I also have a double team, this will say here, if you play on other teams, click on multi-rostering teams. And this will pop up all the teams listed in this league. And you will now be able to multi-roster all at once without having to send me an individual email regarding all this. So if you have a multi-team, click on whatever team that is, 1, 2 teams, whatever that would be. If you don't have one, you only have one team, you don't need to worry about this. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to do it for just a primary team. So we click on next. You're going to hit continue. You should see up in here your team information, everything else. If all this looks good, you can click yourself to add self to team. Now, sometimes when you're registering, you may see number of player registered and admins registered. This is going to tell you how many players on your team have already registered, and this is going to tell you admins, be it team manager, coach, whatever it is. This will tell you who's all registered. You won't know who they are, but you will know how many have registered. So don't worry about this. So you're going to add yourself to the team. Here's where it counts for both captains and team managers, if you're team managers and players or players. If you're a team captain and a player, I urge you and stress that you make sure you click both team captain and player. So then you're not going in and double register. I don't need you to do that twice. You can do it right here. If you're just a player, just make sure that the player checkmark is listed. Then go through, check your information, make sure everything is good, that everything is loaded. Here, this is where you would be to click and upload a photo. Now, this is going to be something you're going to want to watch out for very carefully, because it is now mandatory that an updated photo and a driver's license are on record. If we don't have both of them, or they're not fulfilled or satisfied, and I will tell you now that the president of this state association is checking on an almost daily basis, you're not going to be playing until you fulfill that requirement. If you're a returning player, you can actually click to see if you want to change the photo, which I suggest you do if it hasn't been done in the last few years. And you can also upload. It will tell you if a driver's license is uploaded. You click on that arrow and it will give you your picture and it will say if it's uploaded or not. If it's not, then it will caution you to upload a driver's license from here. Again, check through all of this, make sure everything is good. We go through this, emergency contact information. Now here in the past, this is where you would list your teams for if you were playing on a second team or on a third team. With the way that I have this set up now, this should not have to be an issue. But I would still caution you to fill this out just in case there's some sort of glitch in the system and it doesn't do it automatically. I will be checking and making sure as team registration goes along. But I would ask you to still fill this out just in case. So that way there's no hiccups through that. Make sure all your information is good and then click on save. You should now see your name, the team, your role if you're a player, team captain, everything looks good. If you still need to go through, you can go back and edit. Or if you clicked on the wrong team, you can go back again, remove, go back, and choose the right team. You'll be able to do all this. Make sure all this is good, then hit continue. You need to check mark all of these boxes. You cannot get away with this. This is the liability and the waivers that we have to have for the insurance purposes and everything and say sports. If we don't have these on record from you specifically, then you're going to be deemed ineligible and you won't be able to play until you do that. So just do it and then check the boxes, make sure your name is here, agree, and continue. If you want copies, you are more than welcome to print copies. Now, here's the fun part. Here's where you need to be very alert and very active to make sure you're doing things the right way. I have it big and brief right here. If you're playing on a second team, make sure additional fees below are charged so you get charged the right amount. If you are playing on one team for the spring season, it should be a total of 65. Registration for the season is 35. In the springtime, we do the one-time yearly fee that no player gets away with. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has to pay this $30 fee to USASA. This is for the insurance purposes. Make sure that this looks at 65 if you're playing on one team. If you're playing on two teams, you need to click this here. That is the dual team fee. We'll make sure then that it raises up the $15 fee. If you're playing on a third team, you need to make sure that that is clicked. Then you know that this is all good and simple. If you have a promo code, this is where you will click on and put your promo code in. So then that way you can figure out how to do whatever it is that you need to do. Whatever to verify that promo code, and then that particular promo code should take off whatever amount that it should be. If you have issues with that and you don't feel it's still the right amount, if you have been given a promo code, don't pay anything. Stop here, let us know. Stop here, log out, let us know. Once you make sure that your fees are all good and simple, then you can do your payment amount. We accept three different types of cards: Discover, MasterCard, and Visa. There is an e-check option, but that is a $5 fee. Most people here in this league pay by credit card. Don't worry, even here where it says American Express, we don't offer that. It's going to be a processing fee, so don't worry about that. You hit continue, you'll print forms, and then you're going to get a confirmation with email and everything that will come for you from there. Now, this being said, please allow up to 24 hours for the system to go through and make sure that you are processed through. There were many occasions, and too many occasions, where people panicked, thinking it didn't immediately go through, and then went in and double dipped. Give it up to 24 hours for it to process through so that it goes through your bank, whatever your financial institution it is. It's going to take it a little bit. The system is not always going to be quick. Give it some time, and then after the 24 hours, I can double check and see Your team captain is going to be able to see who's all registered too. If there's any issues, I will let he or she know that we have an issue going on. Now, if there are, again, any questions or any issues regarding registration or anything at all on that, you may get a hold of me right down here. Email the player registrar. You can go through and you can type in whatever it is. My email is going to be this: sislplayerreg@gmail.com. That will get an email to me for whatever questions that you have. I urge you guys also to, again, read through the rules, read through all that stuff that goes within there as well. And hopefully this spring, this registration will be a little bit easier, a little bit more hassle-free than what it has been in years past. So again, for the good of the game, excited for the spring 2023 season to get going, and we'll see you guys out on the field. Thanks for watching.